So it's like, Good morning, everybody. This is Rob Lee, your host of Tarot with an Attitude. And look who I have with me today. We have Julia Treat in the house. Isn't this really cool? So people start falling in here. We'll get things going. But good morning. Keeping it simple. Julia, Simple is got quite a story of healing that she's gone through. And we're going to figure out how to tell it the right way because I don't want to do a flyby on it. But she was literally in a car wreck and is not supposed to be walking, and she's walking. So, we're a great story there. She's agreed that we can start telling her story, things like that. So I'm going to do a recorded interview with her. But if you would like to start the lovely Keeping It Simple, if you've got a message for Keeping It Simple, I know she would love to hear from you right out of the gate, or from the angels and God.
Okay, so remind me, who is this that I'm talking to?
Keeping It Simple.
Keeping It Simple. Oh,
yes.
I see you, honey. Got you. All right, Keeping It Simple. All right, so Archangel Michael's been with you since birth, and you have tried to do life alone without your angelic support, and so that's why you get tripped up. And it might look like life has been a little difficult. The angels cannot help. They cannot interfere with free will, so they cannot help unless you call them in. And they truly can make your life so easy. And I'm a testament to that because I had a life of self-sabotage and lots of stuff that you think, why would I ever call this in for myself? But I had separated from my connection with Source, from God, creator of all that is, and from the angels, because I never knew growing up. I was never taught that they could help us and make life easier. And so I promise, when you start saying, hey, angels, come help me with this, as simple as that things will just start turning around magically. They totally, completely changed my life. So, even just saying, Archangel Michael, I'm ready for things to be easy. Like, just show me what that means. Like, sometimes that's where I'm like, tell me what that looks like, right? And I got chills. So Archangel Michael wants to be your bestie right now. Archangel Michael, even if you don't know anything about him, just come and be with me and help me. And let's just see how this looks between the two of us.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Julia, tell people a little bit about yourself, what you do, and how you got started. Because I know a lot of people here do know you, but there's going to be viewers from my Facebook, the Tarot with an Attitude Facebook page, and Tarot with an Attitude YouTube that really don't. But I'd like for people to know more about you and where they can get hold of you at.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll give you the short version, very short version. I'll try. So I was raised a Baptist minister's daughter, and at 5 years old, was questioning my dad about things that he was teaching, and at like 6 years old, literally felt like, okay, God's mad at me. Well, I don't want you in my life. Like a 6-year-old making that decision. I realize now that's kind of the avenue I went down. That if you're mad at me, because a 5-year-old knows that God is not mad at us, but then you just get told with society. Not a blame game. My dad was only teaching what he was taught. And so society started creating this story that God is judging us and that we're sinners and that we're these bad things. And so I just started down the road of being bad, as they call bad, the black sheep. I actually am a free spirit, and I know that now. I am not a rule follower. I'm a rule breaker for sure. But skipping forward many, many years, I was a practicing speech language pathologist, have a master's degree in that, had a private practice that was there was a waiting list. I was very sought after because I was good at what I did. And when I started learning about the angels, they did come across my path, by the way, when I was at my rock bottom. I mean, everything was imploding in my life. I was losing everything, my marriage. I had a mystery illness that ended up being Lyme disease. I've been free of that 6 years, by the way. That's Lyme hell, definitely we'll call it that. But everything was imploding. And I just found myself literally on my knees in my yard and crying out to God. I had not cried out to God in a long time, saying, I need a lifeline. Like, I don't know what to do. And lo and behold, that is when I started learning about Archangel Michael, of all. I happened across a course that someone was teaching, and I said, I don't know why, but I'm supposed to be there. And it was about angels. So that started my course with getting to know the angels, which led to the next steps. And what I realized is God always had a plan. You will have your team in place before you ever start doing mediumship work and connecting with departed souls, because that is what opened up suddenly when a dear friend of mine was getting ready to leave this physical world. And I say leaving this physical costume. I call it a costume. Okay. It's the role we play in the costume we've chosen. And when she was in her hospital bed, she didn't have very long to live and, exist in this physical costume. I went home and started raking the yard. And all of us, I said, angels, go be with Jean. I know she's scared. Just help her know everything's going to be okay. And at that moment, when I called on the angels to help her, it is like a movie opened up. I could see, hear, sense, feel heaven. I could hear all the souls there. I could hear the parties that were started. I could hear everything. And that changed my life forever. And that set me on this trajectory of being, having this, I call it crystal clear connection.
Right.
And we all have that. We all can have that. Having this crystal clear connection. And then no one could have told me that you'd then launch a podcast, which is nearing 1 million downloads. That still blows me away that people like to listen to me.
Yeah.
And then, writing a book, my book, Stepping into the Light. By the way, if you want all of the details, people say they read my book and it's like I'm telling stories over coffee or wine or something. You can get a free ebook on my website, juliatreat.com. Just get a free ebook. It's free on the top of the page. So,
and what's that website again?
juliatreat.com. I keep it simple.
Yeah, it's simple.
My name.
There you go. That's awesome. And that's great. Yeah. Kim, who came in a little bit ago, has helped me, and she's telling me that she sees, I think it's Kim telling me that she sees I'm supposed to be writing something. So, and I've had that little itch. So I started actually a tarot book that we're about to do with an ebook. But we're going to move forward on it. So things like that. So juliatreat.com, TREAT, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't have the little banner up and ready. I was running in.
Oh, it's okay. It should have turned up when I got on here, but no worries.
Here, let me turn my banner off. Let's see what happens. Maybe there it is. There we go. www.juliatreat.com. So, and
I'm on the collective and the quantum as you are. I'm on at 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, in case anybody wants to catch me there as well. So
perfect. Another thing, Julia, do you have your own YouTube or Facebook page?
I do. My YouTube is Julia Treat.
Okay. And what about Facebook?
I am one of the rare people that I took myself off of social media. I'm done with that. For me, it doesn't work. I don't want to be a part of that anymore. It's just something I was guided to do, and I needed to release that and let that go. So my page might be there because when you delete your page, you're actually still there for 30 days. Other people can see your page, but you cannot. I cannot see my page, and it should be imploding any day now.
Okay.
I had to do that to take care of me. I'm just done with Facebook and Instagram. Most pages are gone.
Yeah, and so what I do, I encourage my listeners and the viewers to, when you have somebody that you like and you're watching them on either the Collective Super channel, as we are today, a lot of people are, or they're on, the Quantum Super channel, make sure to go subscribe to that person's private YouTube channel because we put things up outside of those channels, folks. Also, too, just like we said, the Quantum Super channel's down right now. So if you hadn't have come and subscribed to my channel or whatnot, there we go. I'm with you on Facebook. I had walked away from it for quite some time, got back into it. I'm very limited on what I've just learned. Pass, whatever, or I'll literally delete people. We have the Facebook group Tarot with an Attitude where I keep it very non-political. It's a private group, so all postings have to get cleared, things like that. And it's just to make sure we're staying in a positive, a higher energy vibe rather than getting drugged down. We got plenty of other places for people to go.
Can I touch base on that real quick too?
Sure.
So this was a big decision for me because I think I was up to it was like 15 to 20,000 followers on my Facebook. And to a lot of people, that would seem like a lot. And, my posts were reaching 30 to 40,000 people towards the time when I was getting ready to leave. And so I'm just going to stress the important, sorry, I have a little something. Probably me saying I'm leaving Facebook is coming out.
Yeah.
I it's intention is key. And if I thought my business is going to decline or my viewership by doing that, then I just created that.
Right.
I created the story of wherever I go, people will find me if they're supposed to. I don't have to be in anyone. So I'm just sharing in case anyone else is coming across with just in making decisions, right? That my intention is, I actually started proclaiming a couple of years ago, I can never make a wrong decision. It can't happen. There's power in that.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. One of the things we enjoy on the Tarot with an Attitude Facebook group is people can ask questions about all different things, and we get it about sigils. One of the young ladies there, Peggy Sylvester from the Witch's Broom, she was teaching me about sigils and sigil magic. Bridget and Kim are both tarot and psychics and into some shamanism, things like that. It's a great place to come bounce a question when you want to know the answer.
Yeah.
And we're all there to give and just help people, and then we still laugh and joke and have a good time. So
good. If it resonates with you, do it. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So with that being said, here's what I want to do. I always try to start the show with a very quick, it keeps me balanced, everything. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, Spirit, Guides, Angels, wrap your wings, your arms around me. Creatures of light, make sure that the messages that go forth today are for the people and not of myself. So mote it be. That is one of I get goosebumps when I do that a lot of times. So Courtney started out. If we want to start, is there anything the angels have to tell me today?
Well, I know you're going to do cards and I'm going to share things. We're going to both share things. Maybe.
Sure.
Okay. I just get what I get immediately is that you're on the right path, but your story is to include you overcoming adversities. And so to be sharing your stories on your YouTube channel about what you've overcome, because women need to understand that and they need to know that they can overcome things as well. Because that is how we help others. We tell our story of how we've overcome things, so that we give them not only hope, but we even give them the tips and tricks and how to do that. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah, and there you go. There you go. And I don't have my coffee with me today. I left it. I ran out in such a hurry, but I'm already down 2 cups. So everybody knows my hemp works. Hemp works with an X.
I'm addicted, but this is a good addiction, people.
Absolutely.
This is a positive addiction.
Yeah. So country real quick before we get lost on hemp works. All right. What I got for you was the Chariot. Okay. And if you'll notice, one of the things about the Chariot, to me, it's about focus. It's about you need to stay focused. She's right. You have a story to tell. Everything I'm hearing is you have a story to tell and that you have to keep moving forward. But there is a mental game at play, and this is going to be for you to stay focused to make sure you don't get caught off trying to go off in a whole bunch of different directions. Keep your goal focused. I tell people all the time, write it down, do a business plan, do a vision board, because it's very easy to get sidetracked. So Country Brittany, yeah, that's where I'm at. You've got a story to tell. It's a powerful story, and you need to share that. People will come from it, and keep focused on what you want to do. That's what the angels are going to help you do, is stay focused. So let's get good morning, Bridget from Kim. Kim likes to tell everybody good morning. Kim and I are actually at Island Crystal and Bead, Merritt Island, coming up on the 26th for the full moon. We're doing live full moon readings. And then on the 27th at the same place, I'm holding a pendulum class. So Kim, if you'll post all that where they can call to set things up in here, I would appreciate it. Everybody saying good morning. I'm going to try to get to some, here we go. I'm going to skip a lot of the good mornings, folks, because we got Julia here. We're going to get into this thing, and we want to answer questions, and we just want to get the messages out that need to be given. I can hear my angels in my mind, but will I be able to see in the future, and what can I do to help the process? Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Okay. You want to start with that one? Thanks, Daisley King.
Yeah, I will, because I get this question a lot, and I think, even for me, because I actually can see in the future, which, if you say future, it actually is happening now. It's currently happening. And I know sometimes it's hard to wrap your ego around that, because the ego wants to be in control. How can this be happening at the same time? 5D is happening, New Earth is happening. We're already creating that. Many of us are in that vibe and energy, and even teaching from that space. And so I would say the most valuable thing, what I'm getting right now for you, the most valuable thing right now is to, I say this, heal your own shit. I say words here and there. So hopefully no one's offended by that. Apologies if you are, but I just speak my truth.
Yeah. Tarot with an attitude for a reason.
Thank goodness I've learned to speak my truth, because that really does heal your soul. And so doing this, like, what is it that brings me joy? And what can I need to do more of that? It's really time to tap into the inner child in all of us. All of the things we stopped doing when we were kids because they wanted us to adult so quickly, become this adult, stop doing the imaginative play, the creative stuff. Vision board is very powerful. I'm actually teaching a class right now. One of my classes is we all created a vision board of what my life, what I want it to be like. Because here's the importance of doing that for yourself. As you're creating that vibration of love, joy, peace, bliss, this is my life, this is a ripple effect. Your vibe will affect everyone around you, and it will also span out beyond that. We can give the biggest gift by healing our own selves. I'm telling you, it's so powerful because we're taught to take care of everyone else, and then you serve from an empty cup. Okay, and then we're just drained, and we can do the best work, the most beautiful gift by filling ourselves up first and then extending that energy out. I hope that makes sense. It really is about you.
It does make total sense. And what's funny, Daisley, one of the things we talked to, and make sure you're subscribing to Tarot with an Attitude, the YouTube channel, because we're doing all kinds of things. I got Kathy Hartman on tomorrow. I got Rocky D'Agato on Saturday evening. We're doing a wine and spirits night. We got a lot of things going. So Daisley, one of the things I want you to see and what Julia was just talking about, I got the Eight of Wands. One of the things, and many of my people that are in here a lot of time will tell you, when you ask me a yes or no question, generally that question, the answer lies within yourself. It's what you manifest, what you want to bring. And this for you is the Eight of Wands. There is forward movement ahead. Wands are all about passions, goals, desires. If you want it, it will come, but you're going to have to move on it. Wands, the Eight of Wands is always flying. It's things moving. So it's there. The ability to make this happen is there within you. And if you want to make this happen, if you focus and say, what do I need to do? How do I push it forward? It will happen for you. So there we go from there. Keeping it simple. Butterflies and lions keep popping up today. Can't stop giggling. Love and light, Bangarang. Let me explain Bangarang, Julia. We call ourselves the Barefoot Bangarang tribe. We are grounded to the earth. We're all about happiness. We're all about the earth energy. And Bangarang is from the show Hook with Robin Williams. And what he had to do was they would do things and everybody would yell Bangarang when they got a good one. And we're trying to get people to just stop in the middle of the day and go Bangarang. And the vibes you get by doing it just helps you. And our key phrase is paddle on. Okay.
Look out next time I go to the grocery store. I'll be screaming that. Oh.
Yeah, you know what, Banger. And here's what's funny. Once you're silly. When you get into a pure silly mood, your vibrations just go way up. The energy comes up, and it's hard to be pissed off and depressed when you're standing in a mirror. I tell people to do this all the time. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Your kids walk in and go like, what the hell? Have you lost your mind? No, but you get them doing it with you. Everybody's laughing.
Yeah.
How much better can that be? Kathy Hartman.
Share something with Bangarang girl that you just posted.
Yeah.
Because she just, so I want you to know, we can give people messages through our day, and you just gave me one, by the way. You just gave me a wink, and you won't even realize that you are actually giving someone what I call God winks. So butterfly is actually what my name means. If you've not looked up what your name means, you should, because you're going to realize you chose it. My name means butterfly, which means metamorphosis. I'm constantly in that. I'm a Leo, and also, because you have butterflies and lions there, I'm a Leo, but also that is the lion is also a symbol of Jesus Christ, who is one of my guides. And so I want to thank you because you just gave me a wink and you didn't even realize it. So thank you.
Awesome. Kathy Hartman. Kathy will be on my show tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Kathy with
She's on mine today at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Oh, see, she's getting around. She's getting around. I love Kathy. Okay.
Yeah,
More than what she knows.
Today. Interesting.
Her energy is so infectious and so good. Bridget, I know you're listening. We have a Leo here. So Bridget is a Leo as well. Lisa, I see 9/11 every day. I feel my angels all the time. I have been starting to feel my angels want me to go deeper. Am I feeling the energy correctly?
All right. I got a really good answer for this.
Go right ahead.
Okay, Lisa. So 9/11 is actually a wink from the Rainbow Crew, which is a group of children that I connect with, that I've channeled for years. The Rainbow Crew are the children of New Earth who are coming. There are some here, but very few so far. There are more coming, and they are children of the New Earth. They are the future, as we say, future as in now, but they are the future. They are the New Earth children. They're the caretakers of Mother Earth, and I'm going to either guess or pose that you're already seeing or will see other winks from the Rainbow Crew. 9/11 is their number. So is the number 36. So our little baby feathers, if you find those, and also rainbows or rainbow snippets, you'll start seeing those everywhere. And so if you're not yet, Lisa, just expect that. And that is the Rainbow Crew. They are so fun. They are full of joy. They are literally Christ consciousness energy beings.
Awesome. That is awesome. And what I bring on if you wanting to go deeper, it's you have to follow your heart. You have to follow your passion. You have to follow your angels. And one of the things I tell people a lot of times is when you're waking up and things like that, and Julia, I think you agree with me, patience. We try to go too deep, too fast, get everything, and all of a sudden it's overwhelming. And then we get a feel of disconnection. When sometimes the art of this is to be still. Listen to silence. Learn to be okay in your own head. Once you can do that and realize that all the voices aren't going to get you locked up, some of those voices are angelic voices, things will happen for you. So what do you need to know? What does Lisa need to know about going deeper? Things like that. Anytime you're feeling an energy from the angel, it's a correct energy. You just got to decide what you want to do. And some of this is what I'm picking up real quick before I even pull a card, Lisa, is some of this is new to you and you're looking for validation that you're not crazy, okay, as the other world would put it, that you're not going off on a tangent. You're not. Do what's near and dear to your heart. Whatever makes you smile today, unless you're like, killing people or something. If you're Ted Bundy, then just don't listen to this advice. Do whatever it takes to bring you to that higher energy and higher vibration. So if you need to sit and listen and understand what's going on, sit and listen and understand what's going on. And one of the ways for you to understand what's happening, thought I turned that off. Okay. What I'm getting, oh my God, what a beautiful card. 6, the Lovers. Okay. But Lisa, one of the things is what I'm getting 2 things from this card. Fall in love with yourself, okay? The full agape love, not the eros love, okay? But there are angels, there are spirits that are having a very loving interaction with you. Pay attention. I hope that answers your question.
Can I just say one more thing?
Sure.
I love the questions when people say, how do I go deeper, or I need to go deeper? And I want to make sure, and I'm not saying this about the last question, but anyone that thinks deeper means serious, I think I am not. It's very difficult for me to be kind of this serious spiritual person. I'm all about laughter and play. And so going deeper can be, I'm going to go walk on the river and blow bubbles out, whatever deeper is. I think we need to get out of what we think deeper might mean for someone else, like what they think deeper means. So hopefully that makes sense.
No, it does. That's the whole purpose of Bangarang and acting silly and being barefoot. We laugh and joke about, sometimes you need to be, 4 or 5 years old again and run naked through the sprinklers. And my daughter's on the show and she's like, thanks for that vision, Dad. It's one of those things, folks. And I believe with all my heart what Julia said earlier, we take the spirituality and we beat it out of our children. We drag it out. And one of the last times I was doing assistant music director for a very large church in my area. Kim, you know the church. The last time they ever saw me, I was on the platform in front of about 400 or 500 people directing music. I walked out and never walked back in. I got 2 phone calls. 2. One of the reasons I walked out was it was an ordination service, and they wanted to take the power of healing away from God, that he has opted now not to do it. Just because they don't have the faith and they don't believe it happens, they want to rationalize it. And guess what? I still believe it's possible. But I also believe you're going to believe the scripture through my faith, through my beliefs, my power, my energy, thus Reiki, things like that. Things can be made to happen. So don't let somebody dictate your beliefs to you. I take some of all different religions and put them in together, and that's very important that we do that and learn to be a kid again. Learn to, not worry what other people think about your beliefs. It's okay. Wellness Oils for Life. I would love to hear from our angels today as well. Thank you. Let's see what we've got for wellness. All right.
It's interesting. The only thing I'm focusing on right now is your stomach. And so I don't know if you have stomach issues. The stomach is nauseous, actually. So there's something in the stomach, which is your power center. Still holding back, perhaps, from not speaking what you need to speak, saying what you need to say. And sometimes fear will keep us from saying what we need to say, even to the world or our partner or whatever. And really, if you look at it as I can say anything and I'm giving them the opportunity to say yes to me, if we look at the opposite of, I hope this makes sense for you, because that's actually what I'm getting is the stomach still there's some things that still need to be cleared up in the stomach area. And then it is flourishing. You're just going to flourish.
Absolutely. And I'm pulling cards now. I'm going to pull 2. I'm going to show them at the same time. Because on that, the first card I pulled is what problems wellness are you facing? And I got the Hermit, and I got the Hermit inverted. So it is something you need to be looking at internally. This is an internal issue, that it is a challenge you're facing. So be ready for it. But it is one of those things that as long as you know it's there, you can take care of it. It's nothing. I'm not getting anything great, surgery, anything like that, but I'm getting more of the energy connection, stress related, that type of thing that's within your control. And the best way to handle it right now is, Queen of Cups. And both of these came up inverted. So they're both pointing inside. They're both telling you, look inside. Your problem's going to be from looking inside, down deep. Okay. And listen to yourself. Don't have to listen to what everybody else says. Listen to yourself. But the Queen of Cups is telling you, this is going to stress. You need to start getting in charge of your emotions and getting things balanced out. And whenever I see that moon, it always tells me there's something else at play here that you don't know what's going on. The moon is a trickster, very divine energy and very feminine energy. But the moon is all about the subconscious and what's flowing underneath, and things are always happening. So what I'm getting here is, if you will turn inward and look inward, you will be able to see in the darkness and find out what's going on and find a path. Go ahead, Julia.
Yeah, I want to add on this. That's wonderful. I am also getting wellness that it has something also to do with I really was getting a father figure, but just could be a male figure that was prominent in your life when you were young, and that maybe you didn't get what you thought you needed. And so forgiveness is key. And let me just elaborate on that, because if we are awake, if you're awake and you understand what has been going on and the puppet masters that have been at play for many, many thousands of years, then it's really key that we look at those that were instrumental in our upbringing. They were controlled as well. And so perhaps even controlled to where they cannot show us the love that we thought we needed. They actually did give us what we needed. We just didn't think at the time it was. But that has helped me forgive so many, realizing I truly believe when Jesus said the statement, forgive them for they know not what they do. And I do not quote from the Bible. I do not, because there's so many gospels left out. I just can't do that. But anyway, that is one phrase I use because Jesus showed me this is what I was talking about. People do not know what they're doing. They don't realize that they've withheld things. And so if you could let it go, even that, and say, forgiveness means I forgive you. It doesn't mean what you did or didn't do was okay. It means I'm no longer going to carry this within me. I'm going to set all of us free. You have the power to set everyone free.
That's powerful. We were having this discussion the other day, so I'm glad you came back to it. That we put so much value on what other people think and being accepted. And if you could ever step away from that, once you get that freedom, folks, Julia and I don't want you to wait till the rest of your life to find what we found, okay? Not caring about what other people think is so freeing, okay? Let me tell you something. Not my circus, not my monkeys. That's just one of the things we say. And that's one of the things we do, folks. She's right. It is letting go and understanding, even when people say hurtful things, a lot of times, folks, they don't know. And I'll tell you this, y'all know my belief. I beg everybody to watch the movie Social Dilemma. There's a lot there. There's things at play in our country and in your life that you don't even know of how you're being manipulated. We're not all seeing the same news. We're not all seeing everything. We're being fed what your individual algorithms told Google would make you interested and click a button. So therefore, people don't see the same things you see. People don't see the same things I see. I guarantee you, Julia and I, and Julia will tell you this, I could lay a tarot spread out on the table. Julia will walk up and see one thing completely. I will walk up and see something completely different. Neither one of us are wrong.
Right.
Okay? It's all about that being open. And a lot of times when we do that, my wife and I do that, we can combine things and go, oh, look here. Third message erupts, pops up and things like that. So if you've got somebody that you're blaming for keeping you or something or a group that's keeping you in that negative, angry vibe, folks, that's back on you to walk away from it. Okay? Different things like that. So, Kim, what do you see for my future career? I'm going to let you take this one. Kim and I are close. I'll pop a card for you, Kim, too. I just want to make sure. All of a sudden I'm getting pulled to go, wow, over here. Okay.
So I don't know, Kim, but I'm going to say, Kim, that you have a lot of wisdom and knowledge and you know a lot. And it's about you need to bring your messages and your gifts out to more people. So if you don't do an online presence yet, you need to do that. And it's about literally they're saying you need to create a content bucket. So I love this content bucket concept. I've done this. So you have a piece of paper. Like, this is Kim, this is my umbrella, but here's all the stuff I know. Okay, so these are all the things, and this is one bucket. Maybe one is, I don't know, meditation or crystals or whatever, and then these are all the things I could teach here, and then these are all the things I could teach here. You are being asked, okay, so what's happening for you, it's because the universe is trying to get you to stretch. They want you to go out and meet the masses here. You can still do in-person stuff and have a store, but there. So when I took my business online years ago, I didn't realize that I was going to be reaching people from all over the world and that I had a brick and mortar shop. I actually closed it because I felt very confined with that. So I hope that helps. It's time. Procrastination or perfectionism is only fear. So you are the only one that can get in the way of that. All right. Everything's going to turn out amazing.
Kim, I pulled a card. It's the 9 of Crystals, or what would be the 9 of Pentacles reversed. Security and abundance within yourself. You have the power. You know what to do. You and I have talked about some of this before. So Julia just reiterated almost everything I said. Going online for people can be freaking scary. I got to have this. I got to have this. I got to make sure everything's 100%. If there's anything I learned about any business, okay? And y'all have heard, Jay and April and I have done other businesses. You cannot wait till everything's perfect, because about the time something's perfect, something else falls out. And what it does, it keeps you from getting started. Fear. In AA, they call it false evidence appearing real. Okay? Now, in this one, you got a big hairy ass spider crawling down inside you. That's where I go to the fuck everything and run. Okay, for fear. There are times to run, but Kim, yeah, you've got the ability or whatnot. And You've also got more of a network than what you realize. That's the web. That's where this is coming in. People will follow you. People will help you. You're going to, it's patience. It's like everything else. When I started this.
About crystals and things?
What's that?
Does she know a lot about crystals by chance? Okay. I don't know why. I've seen her like on the channel. Like, I don't know if she's into HempWorks yet, but being on the channel and being one of the crystal experts, we need someone.
There you go.
Someone that's a crystal expert on the channel.
That would be good. That would be good. We need more. We don't get a lot of.
You can talk about anything, Kim, but that could be one of the topics you cover. So it's time to break out, honey.
Yeah. She was actually the first person to really help me embrace the term psychic, and because I was leery of it, and I'm still, but she has given me more confidence than most people other than my wife and Bridget, but that is, Cecilia, thank you for your prayer. Got goosebumps and a happy feeling around my heart. Awesome. That's what it's all here for. Barefoot wrapped in thermo today, -4 outside. Got to fix a pipe when done here. Oh, that sucks. Especially fixing pipes in the cold. That just sucks. What is my path? A spiritual life coach. I was certified 7 months ago. Just finished website and ready to hit go. Is this my soul's purpose? Now, so roundabout way, I do remind people what I say about yes or no questions. Think about it. When it's yes or no, you need to focus that inside, but I'm going to let Julia jump out, and then I'm going to grab a card, and then I'm going to use the Earth Magic deck for this one.
Yeah, you say go ahead, and that's key. But I'm also getting a yes, so I'm getting that is your soul's purpose, but it's also going to morph into more things. So I'm also a spiritual life coach, so just knowing that can branch to a lot of different things, and also I get a lot of women really who need you. We're going to help them. You're going to have like this mothering approach to them where I'm kind of a tough love mom. I'm a tough love mama. And that works for my clients, but you are going to have this beautiful nurturing, this nurturing ability so that they can soar and fly. Again, I don't know if you're the one earlier that I got the number 36, but if I am saying it again to you, you are going to start seeing that number. 36 is you are a big deal. I'm not saying everyone's not a big deal. I'm saying you are a big deal to step into your role. You're like a mama to a million star seeds. That's why they need you to step into your role, because that's how they'll find you.
But I think the key thing is, like what you said, be ready, because it's going to blossom into something else. Other things are going to open. It's a starting point.
Yeah, it'll be that many things.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go to the Earth Magic Oracle deck, and I'm going to ask my angels to step forward, my spirit guides.
One of my favorites.
What's that? Yeah, that deck right there. That deck right there.
Yeah, I love it.
I love that deck. And anything by Colette Baron Reed is just, the artwork is just always phenomenal. I almost brought her spirit animal oracle deck in today, and I didn't. But Wolf, okay, this is instinct. It's exactly what the card says. Lisa, you have to go and follow your instinct. Don't let the world scare you. Don't let your subconscious get in too much of a play here. Follow your path. You're on the right one. Keep going. But again, at some point, if you stay in touch and you keep that intuitive side open and you're listening to your guides, to the angels, they may tell you to stop and look left or look right, or be able to give you a fresh idea or a new glimpse. That's okay. You've got to learn, follow your instinct. Make sure that when you're on this path, it's good to ask advice, but we've gotten so advice driven by people, sometimes we forget to listen to our own selves. So you follow your instinct. Keep your instinct going. So, all right, Country Brittany. Yes, I love being silly. I love being goofy and make myself and others laugh. You know what? If I can make somebody laugh in the day, my job is done. Okay. And Julia, you had said something. I used to issue challenges when I worked with addicts and things like that, and we were doing groups. And I think it's a good challenge today. I want somebody to walk up to a complete stranger today, and from sincerity, just don't walk up and pander to them. Take a moment. You're sitting in a restaurant. If you see something about that person, if it's their dress, if it's their pants, if it's their outfit, if it's their shoes, if it's their eyes, just walk up. And I did this the other day with my wife knows, she's used to it now, but we were in a restaurant and a couple sat down and the lady was very striking. She sat down with her husband and most people would be like, she caught me staring at her. And I looked, I said, excuse me. I looked at her husband. I said, I got to tell you something. Your wife is extremely striking and you're a lovely man. She lit up. She beamed. Let me tell you something. You don't know what path somebody's walking that day that you very well, by the one nice thing, change their outcome in life that day.
Yes.
It might be that one thing that kept somebody from hitting the needle a little longer, from jumping off the edge, from going off, from walking away. Folks, being nice to other people has more power than what you can understand. Make people laugh, make people feel good. Mine means strong. My middle name means delicate. How crazy is that? Hey, that's the strength card.
I love
it's always a beautiful woman with a powerful thing. That's the thing. My name means coming from the land surrounding a castle. You said that. And once I know who I think one point I looked up my name, but I don't even remember it anymore. Okay. But, I've been talking about identity and knowing who you are. Kathy is amazing. Keeping it so much light. I'm going to try to get through some of these. Getting chills. Good. Elizabeth is my name. Can you tell me the meaning? Do you know the meaning of Elizabeth?
I do not, but I also think it's important that we find the meaning ourselves. I might be able to tune in and get it, but I think because a lot of times the message lies in that message. It's not just one word. There's going to be something within that whole message about your name that's going to bring to you. And again, it's important that sometimes we just look it up ourselves because it's going to be more profound than me saying, oh, it means this. Yeah.
Right. And Elizabeth, one of the things to know about this is, remember, we've been talking for a couple of shows this week, and we've talked about how important it is to know who you are. And I'm not even just talking about your name, but that, what do I do? And it took a little Hindi guy to explain to me, well, I was trying to explain who I was. I'm a healer. I'm a teacher. I'm a guide. That's who I am. And once you get in line with that purpose and you know who you are, man, life just becomes so much easier because now you take all the questions out of where you're going and what you're doing. Julia, does this have anything to do with the 3 waves of volunteers that Dolores Cannon mentions in her book?
Interesting. So I'm going to share something I got recently. You can take it or leave it, and Rob might get something different. I don't know. But something I got recently, and I've been sharing it on my own channel, my podcast, and with my private group, is that, again, this is something I received, and as we know, things can shift and change. But I did receive the other day that there is a window right now to New Earth, and it will last for 6 months. 6 months of last week. And then that window is going to close. It's going to close temporarily. There's going to be 3 openings for that window. And those will be our 3 opportunities to get through. So it's interesting you ask about the 3 waves of volunteers, because Michael, I've actually listened to that podcast of Dolores's, but I listened to it probably 2 or 3 years ago. And when I received this information last week, I was like, oh my God, that has to do with, that's similar to the 3 waves that Dolores Cannon talks about. And I want to say that because I'm being encouraged, my guides are saying, you are part of this first wave with the Rainbow Cruise, so get your ass through that. Like, you are in this window, don't mess around. And so that was my message. Again, this is not a doomsday message. I don't want anyone to think, oh my God, there's 3 openings and then it's over. It's going to be, over a span of time. I'm going to say like a couple of years. That's, again, this can shift and change a little bit, but I just had to share what I received last week. Since you asked that, that is what I've received recently.
Awesome. And if I pull a quick card on it, one of the things I get, okay, is the 4 of Swords, okay? And what I get from this, folks, it's time to take a break from your battles, all right?
Same. That was for me, too. That's what I had to do.
There are more battles coming, all right? But there's certain battles we can't win, and it's time to rest. Let knowledge, let spirit come to us. See the beautiful roses of the flowers, and it's in a church, okay? He's not dead. He's just sleeping, let the battle rage. Sometimes you need to let some battles go. They're not your battles to fight. And when you're in this sleep, once you wake up, you can manifest and reach these doorways better because you're not fighting all the crap we're dealing with here. A lot of this stuff is stuff to keep us distracted. Things are put in our way to distract us. So rest. Give some of the battles you've been fighting a break. Let things go. Get back into more of a personal, spiritual portion of this, and you will be able to access a lot of what Julia's talking about there. That's what I got.
I had to do that. Yeah, I was getting into everything, and they had to ring me back in and say, "Hold on, lady.
Yeah, that's it.
You're here for the Rainbow Crew, okay? You don't have." So we're all part of the mission, but we can get pulled into every freaking mission, part of the mission. We're here for a part of it, whatever that part is.
Right, exactly. All my life, I've felt like a communicator, and then I've been put in people's paths for a reason. What do I need to harness this ability, or is it just my destiny to continue with this path? My number is a 3.
So it sounds like you're already doing that. I mean, you said you're a communicator, you put people's lives for a reason, so you are harnessing, right? I mean, I don't know if I understand, if you want to know. You have the ability. It sounds like, unless I'm misinterpreting this. Are you making?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. You're on the right path. Like, that's all I heard. You're on the right path. You're doing the work already. And sometimes we second guess, is it enough?
Right. And I guess that's where my confusion comes in. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you're deriving joy and pleasure from it, and you're bringing joy and light to other people, when you say you need to harness it, is it to get better? Or I guess that's what I'm not understanding. So if you want to harness it,
career, like, I mean, I made it my career, my new career.
Yeah.
I don't know if I understand.
So what I'm going to ask right out of the gate is, what do I need to harness this ability? Or is it just my destiny? I hate the word just, okay? If this is your destiny, then it's not just a destiny. Okay, that means you have a mission you're supposed to be doing, and it will bring fulfillment. If you're following your path and that's what you're doing, sometimes just following your path is following your path and showing people this is the life that you can live by following your path. So take the word, or is it my destiny to continue with this path? See the difference, those words and those little negativisms we're so programmed to throw in there? Take that word out. But what do you need to know about harnessing your ability? And so we're going to go right there. Death, it's the 13, death, internal, it's in you. What I'm getting here is you have to be starting to look at this from a different aspect. There is a change that needs to happen in you. There is something that you're holding on to that needs to be let go of, okay? And the death card is not a bad card. It's about change. But this wondering, things like that, maybe let go of the doubt, the self-doubt, okay? And be reborn. Without death, there's no rebirth, okay? I always love the death cards because there's beauty inside of, we've got this white rose coming up right in the middle of all of this to remind us that death is pure. There are things inside of us, and what I'm getting now is it's an ideal. There's something in your ideal that you need to kill and rebirth, and this answer will come clear for you. Julia, did that make sense?
It did make sense to me, and I'm going to throw out something in case this is what she was asking, because something came. So if you're looking for the deeper, like becoming, I'm going to say becoming actually a medium and an intuitive, an angel intuitive, or whatever that case may be, Rob may have classes coming up, but I will say that I have my mediumship angel intuitive course. It's a weekend live course online, and everyone that takes my course is doing readings the second day, everyone. And so if that is something if that's what you meant by that, how do I get into the stronger abilities? Then I would just suggest go to my website, juliatreat.com. And even if you have a free copy of my book already, if you click on that and give me your email address, you will know when that class is coming up. And I'll be announcing it on the collective and my YouTube channel. So it's I'm looking at March, so it will be coming up in case that's what you were asking. I just wanted to throw that out in case that's what you're asking about.
Yeah, good deal. Good deal. Julia, real quick, I'm going to take a break. I wish I had my coffee, but I've got my water.
Here.
How important?
Yeah. Shazam, here.
There we go. How important has HempWorks become to you, and how it makes you feel, and how I want people to hear it from somebody besides me, because it really has helped me be more self-aware.
Yeah.
And with what you were just talking about, that kind of fits in with our self-awareness thing.
Yeah, I mean, the clarity and focus, and it is crazy. So I've been saying this on my podcast. So my podcast, I've had it since 2015. So I've had it for almost 6 years, I guess. And like I said earlier in the broadcast here, I'm inching up to 1 million downloads. And the people that listen to my podcast know I do not run ads. I have never had an ad for any products, because I have to truly believe in the product for me to ever say you should try this, because I take my job very seriously, and I know people trust me and listen to me. But when I came across HempWorks and I tried it, I tried it for 2 weeks before I even talked about it, and I was just holding myself, trying not to, because I already felt so amazing.
Isn't it crazy?
I know. This is from someone who, I do all the stuff, I do the things that make me feel good and for ascension, but this stuff, this is the coffee, but I do the drops, I do the coffee berry, I do the vitality. I
got my mantra sprays in. I'm trying the mantra sprays now.
Okay, so we're using the passion. It helps with libido, and you get to a certain age, because we've been programmed to believe that the libido declines. Yeah. And so Michael and I are both using the passion spray to revive that. And it's working. Good.
So that's not just an aura I see. That's
I don't want. First of all, this is TMI. I don't want him to have to take any of that crappy stuff that makes you feel like shit, just so you can have some passion, if you know what I mean, guys. Yeah. Guys and gals, it's all of us. So
exactly.
I'm trying different things, and everything I've tried so far I love. We both use the melatonin. We're sleeping so deeply. It's amazing.
Good. And that's what this morning I had my coffee. I took it. My wife and I went and grabbed some breakfast, but I hit the mantra trim spray, and I hadn't gotten my coffee. And again, I keep telling people that don't understand, I'm down another pound. All right. I just don't eat as much. And I wound up leaving half my breakfast on the tray, but I was sitting there with my coffee in my Apollo travel mug with Bruce Kaler. Thank you very much. And it is, and I'm still stuffed. Normally especially after getting excited, because this show always excites me, it gets me hungry. I got to feed that beast or whatnot. Mm-hmm. I don't, and it's just amazing.
I swear, when I started HempWorks and I realized I couldn't believe how good I felt, actually, I started doing research. So I'm one of these. I call myself a spiritual detective. I have to go figure things out. I have to learn, why is this helping me? And so I did not know about cannabinoid receptors throughout our entire body. So we're truly giving our body this golden energy. I call it 5D nutrition. That's what I call HempWorks.
Okay.
It's 5D nutrition. It's helping us ascend. It's activating, I don't know, I'm not a scientist. It's activating the cannabinoid receptors within us that our body's been craving this forever. And I'm the same, even not wanting to eat as much, I don't need as much. And I don't know that it's anything, it's not a chemical curbing my appetite. My body is getting in this balanced state that I don't need that. I don't need to do those things anymore. Like, eat a ton
And I'm glad to hear you say that, because the only way I know to describe it is self-aware. I know when I'm full. I know when I've had enough. I know what's good for me, what's not good for me. I even had sodas, and I never went through a caffeine withdrawal. I went from my coffee to my Mountain Dews, and now my Mountain Dews were all even worse. They were the diet ones, so all the artificial stuff. So, but we'll get back to the questions and everything. But it was important. I thought that fit in, because it helps me when I'm engaging with clients. And when I'm talking to people, all of a sudden I'm super laser focused, and I'm open to what Spirit and God has to tell me.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, people are saying they found God. It's like literally this true connection, this clear connection with their the God spark within them. It is, I mean, this is golden product. It truly is. Everyone should at least try it.
Yeah, just try it. Please check it out.
Yeah.
All right. Hello. With masks being enforced in school, should I wait to see what will happen or should I homeschool? Again, there's yes or no. Some of this, you got to follow your gut and what you're being told, and don't be afraid to make a decision on what's best for you and yours. My son is on the spectrum for autism, and I refuse to force a mask on him.
Sounds like you can't go to school then because they're going to make him wear a mask. So
that's it. And so just embrace. Okay, so you're going to homeschool, Gabrielle. I think that is just become comfortable in your decision. Nobody has to agree with you. You, as a mother, know what's best for your child. Okay, having worked with autistic children and all that. Yeah, that mask can throw many. They all have these little different idiosyncrasies, and different things can trigger different episodes for these children. And some of that, having their face covered or not seeing the mouth move when the voice comes out, it can be deeply traumatic. So go ahead.
Well, so my background is speech language pathologist, and I did work with a lot of children on the spectrum. And one reason I had to leave that practice is because we are trying to force these children into a box already, trying to make them be like everyone else, and they're not here to be like everyone else. And that used to it just got under my skin so bad. And I didn't want to be a part of that because I call them unique abilities. They all have unique abilities. Instead of us trying to make them be like someone else, we need to tap into what it is, their gifts that they've brought, because they have many gifts. But we will never understand that if we're trying to make them like everyone else sitting in a classroom. And so, I mean, I work with so many parents right now whose children, whether spectrum or not, they are so distraught and stressed,
yes,
anxious, because they're this mask thing, and there's plexiglass. And if I had children, there's no way in hell they'd be going to school. No way. I would find a way. There's no way they'd be going into that. Let's remind ourselves. I call them the dark beings. What do the dark beings feed off of? They feed off of fear. So if our children are in fear all day, walking into school in fear, like, I don't know what to expect. I'm leaving the comfort of my home where I don't have to wear a mask, and I know mommy's right here, and here's another thing. You don't know what your child's hearing there, okay? So maybe you think the teachers are teaching whatever they're teaching. Maybe they're hearing all about all the diseases and the masks are good, and that, like, maybe you don't even know what they're hearing while they're there. And yes, this is part Julia gospel, the gospel of Julia, but I do think it's truly like we need to, whatever's easiest for the children right now, whatever's going to bring them the most calm, and even as a parent, even though you find a way to make it work at home, wouldn't it be more calming to just know your child's here? You know what they're eating, you know what they're hearing. They don't have to wear a mask. Do the research. The masks are causing massive problems, health problems. I even saw something yesterday. A scientist said it's actually causing brain damage. Okay, so prolonged mask use. We got to really look into this stuff. So I know hey, I bow to all of you parents who are making this work. Okay, I do. I can't imagine what you're doing to make it all work beautifully.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to go through that, because again, here's the strongest thing I urge people. Make sure you're making your decision out of what's best for you and your child, and most importantly, what's best for your child. There is no blanket answer for homeschooling. Some children definitely need to be homeschooled. They need that touch. Some children, by homeschooling, you're hurting them socially. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you have to know your environment and be open. I never put a blanket on anything, because I believe on my website, the dynamiclifeperspectives.com, if you want me to treat you as an individual, I will not discuss everything as a blanket for society. People need to make their own choices, and you need to be free to make your own choices. Just make sure you're making your choices not based in fear. I've seen people, I'm going to protect, I'm going to cover my child. I don't want them hearing things that go against what I believe. Well, guess what? Mm-hmm. When they turn 18, they're going to hear them. And they might turn around and be completely pissed off at you because they're going to feel like secrets were kept. So make sure when you're making these decisions, this is a whole thing about an autistic child. That whole thing has to be considered, and I would not do that at this point. But you know your child more than what we do.
I want to address the social part because I agree with you that they need the social. If you do homeschool and you decide that's the best for your family, you know, invite families over for craft time at your house or snacks, or go after school, go meet at parks or something. Like, you can do still the social stuff without them being in a desk with plexiglass all surrounding them and a mask on their face. You can do the social stuff still. You can go meet, have them over at your house, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, have their friends over, have other
all kinds of things going on socially.
You know that you can control the environment. So yeah. All right, folks. I know it's 10 o'clock. Julie and I talked. We're going to keep rolling. Okay, we're going to roll for a little bit. So don't panic if we haven't gotten to you. I'm not guaranteeing we're going to get to everybody. But could you pull a card for my guides, please, in identifying which energy center is blocked? So go ahead. I'll pull a card. But what I'm doing now is we were on a tangent there. I got to kind of resettle it.
And then you're going to work on it.
Go ahead. Go ahead. And I'll tell you right now, Brenda, one of my guides is leaving. You will feel somebody with you, and then they're coming, but they're already back. Go ahead.
I saw your question while we were still talking. I saw your question posed, and I immediately got your heart, and I'll tell you why. It might not be what you think it is. I got your heart, and I got that you are, yes, you're very loving and kind and willing to help and do all this, but you've got armor around your heart still, some armor that you're guarding yourself, because I will let people in so far, but not 100%, because of what happened, like you've been hurt in the past. So I just get this armor around your heart. You think it's protecting you, but it's actually keeping love from coming in.
I got the 8 of Swords. It was reversed. This is all about what's happening within you. And this is my anxiety card. You can't see the forest for the trees because you're letting other things particularly block your logic, and you can't seem to find a path because there's so much coming at you. You have to take the blindfold off. And some of that, what we've got coming at is, I think, is combined with the heart chakra, that what Julia was talking about, but your third eye is blocked because you are so, like I said, this is an anxiety card. And when you do that feelings, when you've put up armor, when you've blocked the world out, having been hurt, it affects you up here. It affects you in your ability to communicate, and it affects you mentally. So it's a lot of times when one of our chakras is off, remember, they're all running in a line. It can throw the others out of sync. So I think what Julia said, and then when you do that, you're going to have some clarity come through, because you'll be able to go, I got to leave that crap behind. I've got to open up, and I've got to be, this is affecting communication too. So the swords are about up here and about here, communication. So that whole blockage, I think Julia might be at the heart of it, because you're not being honest with other people about your feelings. You're not being honest with yourself, or you're scared to let feelings in. Folks, when you think about a past lifetime, you're thinking about an emotional moment. We're meant to feel emotions. We're meant to feel grief. We're meant to feel sorrow. We're meant, that's why we're here. But what we're here to learn is how there is happiness on the other side of that. There is peace to be found. These gifts are here. We can grab them. I just got the goosebumps. Sorry, I'm starting to preach and I'll stop. But that's what this is about, is we were hurt, and it's about healing. It's about letting go and understanding. People come and go from our lives. Some people we think are going to be there forever, and they were never meant to be.
Right.
All right. So yeah, that's it. I want you to look at the heart chakra, like she's saying, but it's causing problems up here, and that's going to really go to work for you there. I'm going to try to get to some more questions. A lot of people saying thank you and making comments. So quantum physics, all possibilities exist. Which one will manifest? That's kind of a broad question. Scott, narrow it down. Give us something to.
You will manifest whatever you're putting your energy towards is what you're going to manifest.
Exactly. So that it's within your choice. What I manifest into my world is what I bring on. What Julia brings into her world is what Julia brings, and that's it.
This has to do also with my decision to leave social media, and it's because I was shown that Facebook and Instagram, again, this is just for me. Don't do anything I do. You do you. I was shown that it was like it's like a big blob of tar that keeps us in the third dimensional matrix. And I was guided, you are leaving all of that now, because this is not where you are going or creating now. So that had to leave my existence, right? So I'm here to create New Earth with the Rainbow Crew. That does not exist there, because those programs were created to control us, to track and control. That doesn't exist in New Earth. So to me, because my focus is completely on that now, that makes no sense for me to be a part of that. Now, again, this is my decision and what I was guided to do, but I hope that that kind of brings things into perspective of why, I left that matrix, because it is a matrix. So anything I do is very well thought out now and guided and checked, and really, I've gone back and forth on Facebook a few times, and it is an absolute hell no, you are not going back to that ever.
And there are times I wish I had not.
That way, they're like, no.
Yeah, I went like 4 years, and to give you a clue, I remember it was November of 2016. Y'all figure it out. Okay, when I said that's it, that's enough. There were people losing friendships, and people would say, I don't see you on Facebook anymore. Yeah, I didn't know you were that stupid, and I didn't realize you had that much hate in your heart. I won't be part of it. So I killed it. My wife would come to bed and go to read her Facebook. Say, out there, I'm done. And for 4 years, I got back into it. And again, with the whole, all right, I'm going to build it the way I want it to be built. And I'm only, I'm very limited on who I allow into my feed and what I do. It's the reason I'm limited on who comes into the group. And
this is part of your mission right now. So that makes sense.
Yes.
Again, we have these three waves. You're on your part of the mission right where you're at right now. You're perfectly right where you're at. Yeah.
Exactly. Bridget is a goddess. Okay. Bridget is a very close friend of mine. Yeah. So Strength is also a goddess. So there you go. My daughter is, everything just jumped on me. Trying to find out where it left off. What happened? Wow. Okay. Let's go ahead. My daughter is having a hard time getting a job after she graduated. Anything I can say or do to help her? Her name is Sabrina.
Go ahead.
Again, we all want to help our kids. All right. What you can do is tell her what we're telling you is she's got to manifest what she wants. Put down. Don't settle. A lot of this is getting her to meditate, understand, be patient. Don't take the first. I hate it when kids jump on the hamster wheel because it pays the bills. Because once you get on that damn hamster wheel, it's hard to get off. When the bills are being paid and you're just getting by, think about it. That's what our routine teaches us. If she's where she can wait for that perfect job, help her wait. Just give her support is what I'm getting. And that it's a hard time right now. And I don't know what she's looking for, everything else. Wow. Okay. One of the things, folks, I was just given, make sure you understand this. You cannot, especially us older people, you cannot build a resume, throw it in Indeed, and expect it to work. Resumes work in a complete different way. Look at how to do a resume. For every job you post, you need to do a resume and make sure that posting, those words are in that resume. A computer is weeding you out and popping out opportunities. So that's one thing I'm finding across the board and helping people with as a social worker. Make sure she's got a resume. We didn't just build a really cool resume and think it's going to work for every job. That is key. All right. So anything for you there, Julia?
Well, I'm not sure. So, what I'm getting is that perhaps what she graduated with, what she thinks that is what that means for her as far as a job or career is not actually what it's going to turn into. I do feel like she's something with children, whether she realizes it now or not, that really her calling is to something with children. And so sometimes we have this degree and it's like supposed to be either, I'm just gonna say like for instance, I'm getting like business or communications. It's something that we thought this would be the right thing for the way that the world is working right now. And this is going to bring me my money and all this stability. And it's like, and then you get into it and you hate your life because you're doing the thing for a few years. Like, why did I choose this? So again, it's this time of right now, same as Rob just said, like just waiting right now, because I think things are going to shift for her. There's some kind of mission with the children, some kind of vision with children.
Yep, absolutely.
I said for years I would never work with children, didn't want to work with children. I didn't realize there were past lives. We've been here before, by the way, in case you don't know that. Many past lives where I was working with children and they were either tortured and killed and I was forced to watch. And so that's enough to keep someone from doing their mission. My entire life, I never want children. I don't want to work with children. And that is my mission. That's what I'm here to do.
Right.
I had to work through a lot of that and do the healing with past lives so that I could then see my mission clearly.
Right. And that's what, Daisley, that kind of goes right into your question here. Understand, I'm not saying, and I won't speak for Julia, that everybody is exactly where they're supposed to be. It depends on where you're at on your path, because you're here on this earthly plane because you're supposed to be here. But a lot of times we're not exactly where we need to be spiritually or manifesting wise because we've gotten off, sidetracked. And many times we have left happiness behind to chase worldly ideals of materialism and what it takes to be happy. We've forgotten as a country how to be happy, to me. Yeah. So yes, when we say you're where you're supposed to be, to me, I'm saying here in this body, if you're alive, you're breathing, you're supposed to be here at this moment in time. All right. But it doesn't mean you're on the right path. Julia?
Well, I'm going to say that, we're all so for Rob and I, we opened up to certain things, or certain things started calling us in a direction, and we found people that we trusted and we learned from them. We took classes, so you can take classes or courses or something from someone you trust or you look up to. They've done it, they've been there, they can help you get there sooner. So I can't imagine being on my path and doing it on my own. I had a mentor for several years, and I took her classes, I learned from her, and then I got to a point where I felt like I kind of outgrew her. Again, it's not from ego, I just was going in a different direction. And so learn from those that you look up to or that type of thing. Everyone's got classes now. So do that. You don't have to flail and just be out here, what do I do next? Find someone, take something of theirs, and then maybe see where that takes you. So hopefully that, Rob and I did it. We learned from people. We learned how to We learned how to open up to our own abilities by finding mentors that helped us do that.
Right. Exactly. I'm sending some energy to Ron. I think by Ron they meet me, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. Root chakra. Yeah, there we go. Bridget, I think you're on a lot of the root. It's getting that whole base, the alignment line back up. Yippee, Bangarang show extension. Yes, we are. We are going to go. We're going to be wrapping it up here in a minute, folks. So I'm trying to go through here and, and see what go. Big cards lately. Sword and Cups been coming up a lot. And emotions, subconscious, that makes total sense. Subconscious and conscious. But what we don't hear about a lot is there's this thing called the preconscious, kind of like the RAM of your computer. You will actually have emotions and reactions preloaded so you can hit them very quickly. And that's why it's hard to change a habit from anger, from lashing out. A lot of times where behavioral changes, folks, are not easy. And I always challenge people, if you want something different, you got to do something different. You cannot change your subconscious without doing a physical action, saying it out loud, and making sure you make those changes within yourself.
You're creating new neural pathways. You have to. So you have habits that have been created with the neural pathways that were programmed within you. And so to create new neural pathways, you have to do things differently. You cannot expect anything to change if you are not willing to change anything.
That's it. And that means you have to physically do things different. Physically. You can't just go, okay, well, today I won't think like that.
Yeah.
What? Because you're going to think like that. It's a built-in muscle memory habit, and that's where mindfulness comes in. So you have to put a practice in place of, oh, crap, I'm already reacting. I'm pissed off at my boss, or I'm pissed off at my coworker. Now I don't want to be here. So now I have to literally stop, do some type of physical thing, whether it's tap the table, snap a rubber band, do the lockup that I've showed some people, okay, and say out loud what you want, not what you don't want. You reinforce the negativity if you say what you don't want. I don't want to be angry anymore. I am happy. I am happy. And what will happen is you do this and do this and do this, when that same emotion starts to rise, one day you're going to be like, that's the brain fart I'm looking for, because now you have a moment to make a choice to respond rather than react. It is so very important. My daughter, hire a lot resume builder, worked for Jeff. Her husband has a great job now. He loves it. Telling you there's secrets to the electronic world resume. Her degree is marketing. You're right. I will let her know to look into the children. Great. Hire a professional resume builder, rather. That's what she was trying to say. Hey, we're actually getting caught up. I am taking so many notes today. Thanks for your time. Daisley, you're welcome. And with that being, it's 10:15. We're down through it. I think this might be a good place to bring this to an end. Julia, what's your HempWorks site? Again, it's hempworks.com/Julia Treat.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right. Yeah, and you should stream yours one more time in case.
Yep, I am. I'm going to put it up here. Folks, there is mine. Please, there are so many products that we have there that are not involved around hemp or anything else. Julie and I are just passionate about these that we found out. I got some face cream in. I got the gummies in that had no THC. Took 2 of them yesterday, and they just helped me through the day.
Mystic Mama, she just called HempWorks. She says they are awesome. Their customer service, they're like friends, I swear. I had to call them yesterday, and I had to return something. My dogs don't care for.
Yeah.
They're the best. They said, just what else do you want? And then we're going to swap you. And I'm like, oh, this is just so, I mean, you can get your money back, but I just wanted to swap.
I have not had to call them, but people I have talked to have, and it's just like, they're like the chip off the block when it comes to customer service.
Yeah,
you're not talking to Singapore. They answer the damn phone and you talk to a human. And they're humans that care. It's like they have a vested interest in the business or something. So it's what I'm hearing. So with that being said, too, remember, folks, you can reach me on www.tarotwithanattitude.com, Julia@juliatreat.com. Folks, we love what we do. And we love questions. We love to do this. Julia has a show coming up at 11 o'clock. On the Super Channel. Hopefully the Quantum Super Channel will be back up next week. We can get that back rolling. But with that being said, what I want everybody to do, take what you want, leave what you don't, merge anything you like as long as it's fitting to your heart. But when you leave, I just want you to have left having felt some peace, love, and light. And everybody just have a blessed day. Go forward. Bangarang. Make sure you bangarang, okay? And say it loud, say it strong, it'll make you feel better. Good day, everybody.
Good day.